What's going on, everybody? This is Jeff with Island Hopper TV, and today we're going to talk about a really interesting subject that's come up a couple times in other videos. People have asked me, and then also I have conversations with people here in Europe, in particular, and also Asia, where I've heard it, and Australia, where people kind of question America. Now, first and foremost, this is not a an attack on American people, or obviously you could tell I'm an American. This is not to put people down. The lighting in here is just kind of a little bit atrocious. But anyway, if you could smash up the like so we can get this video out there and get the conversation going. Now, like I said, it's not about putting down America, because I still think America, for all that it's gone through, is still the greatest land on earth. And I mean that. It's still the greatest. Okay. So, but I'm going to go into some things to point out some subject matter about this particular discussion. So why do I think the rest of the world why does the rest of the world think we're dumb or idiots or pompous or annoying or ignoramuses? And I think a little bit of it comes down to well, this is just kind of one of my thoughts is Americans had for a long time had it was this beacon, this shining light on the top of the hill. It was purgatory. It was the greatest thing in sliced bread. It was where I wanted to go. Everyone wanted to be an American. But come media, and then the world opens up. People are able to go there, and they're like, "Well, wait, if this is the greatest we can get, then no, I'm not signing up for that." So the high expectations and then the reality, right? So it was like there was this high expectation that Americans are great. They like Superman. They're just fantastic people. And then when they get to know them, they're like, "Wait, these people drink, they get drunk, sloppy. Not all of them, but some of them." And then they see the TV, and then they see how the American people interact. The Americans got exposed in a way, and I think that the fact that we have this democracy, and we're kind of a bit silly the way that we attack people. Like, it's Obama in office, the right wing's just going all in on him and just saying some nasty things. If it's nasty things about on display for the whole world to see it. And you have it doesn't take a rocket scientist to think, well, I wonder what the president of China and the people of China think when they watch these things happen with Trump, or when they watch these things happen with Bush or Obama. So I think that has a little bit to do with it. Is this coming in clear, guys? If it is, smash up the likes. uh Moff Molly Boy said, "Well, I think it's because we are in our own bubble. It's up at work, loves garden bush." Okay. And we are sometimes. All right. So, yeah, back to the subject. So, if you guys are out there, thanks to everyone who's pushing up those likes and commenting. I'll try to keep reading them. Hey, Jessica, what's going on? Um, so, back to the subject matter. I think there was this expectation that America was so great and the people were so great, but then when they met them, they were like, hold on, our people are pretty great too. And as a matter of fact, you guys don't know about these things and we know about it. So America, for the most part, doesn't have as much rich culture as most of the rest of the world, because it's a fairly new nation. I mean, it's only over just 250 years old, thereabouts. You could say 300 years old, I guess, right? But it's still a fairly new nation. I mean, you have someone like someplace like Spain or France, where, or even the UK, where the history dates back many, many generations, right? The other thing to keep in mind is just people who have an opinion that are Americans that oftentimes shoot from the hip, and they don't actually speak the truth, and it becomes quite apparent. For example, if someone says that um, Europe is being overrun by Muslims, that's something that many American conservatives in particular think. That is not true. But these are the type of people who've never been to Europe, but they make that accusation, make that claim, and then you come here and you see it, and you're like, wait, no, that's not true. Why did you say that? And then they'll fight that tooth and nail, saying that it is. So that's just an example of a statement that's a generalization that is incorrect. So a lot of gross uh, you could say gross exaggerations of comments. Another thing that Americans tend to get a lot of flack for is the food and the obesity and the health of American people, which is not that good. Um, there's no place on earth where you'll see obesity like you see in America. Obesity in America gives us a bad rap because here in Europe in particular, they call it the study of gastronomy. Gastronomy is the study of food. So people actually do gastronomical gastronomy vacations where they go on vacation for the food. Like it's all about the food when they go on these vacations. This was studied in Italy very deeply by many philosophers, and I think Da Vinci and some of these other guys really studied the connection between food and culture. America is known as Taco Bell, McDonald's, and I'll just say this: in the United States, I get headaches. Okay, over here I don't. Well, what's the difference? I actually, I mean, it, it's the food. It's what I'm consuming. It's what are they putting in these products? So, uh, the food quality in the United States makes us appear that we're lazy. We don't take care of ourselves. We don't even take the time to take care of the temple, the body, and I'm not saying that everyone does, but that's the general consensus is that we consume a lot of McDonald's, Taco Bell, Burger King, and blah, blah, blah. So that's why we get a bad rap for that because food is really an important part of life. So I'm also going to open this up to some questions, but I'll keep this chat going here. Um, as far as the dollar being the currency, we get a lot of right. So previous the Iraq war, the Afghanistan war, the rest of the world likes to uh, kind of talk down to us for that our participation in the wars, many wars, and because of that we get a bad reputation, and that kind of carries on quite consistently. We get now some things that um, are also different in the United States, whereas you won't see it so much in the rest of the world. Just one thing, for example, is tips. Now they don't think we're dumb because we tip, but they don't tip very much here. Okay, so tipping is not a thing that you would typically do, right? Um, water, believe it or not, water they don't obsess over water so much in some of these other countries. Uh, it's, it's just we drink a lot of water in the United States, but uh, when you take a drink when you eat lunch, they don't drink many fluids when they eat lunch. It's not something that people struggle with understanding is why do people struggle with understanding is why do a safe. So the whole gun thing is the thing that they kind of look at as like, wow, you guys haven't got the wake up call after those mass shootings. Um, and look, I've had guns, I've shot guns many times. It's just something that they look down to us on because they think we're primitive for our clinging to our guns. Uh, Matt says a lot of it's the media as well consistently influence the American people in a negative manner. Hey Jeff, are you? No, I'm not back in the States. I'm in Portugal. And Matthew, yes, I do agree with you. The negative media is certainly not helping anything. And they're doing that for views. And that's why every single day they crank out negative news because people are drawn to negative news. If they did and that of what people really want because people actually tune in to hear about the negative stuff, that's why they keep pumping it. If people tuned into the good stuff, the good news, they would pump that because that would be the moneymaker. But because the negative news sells tragedy and drama, it's just human nature, I guess. That's why they pump them. So the media is a symptom. I don't think the media is necessarily the symptom of the nature of the nation. So, so What do you guys think? You guys want to recommend any places that I should go make a video of? What do you think of the videos that I've been putting up? The one in Madrid. I like. Um, I really like Portugal. I really like it. There's a little lag on the video, but I definitely like what you're saying. David Mohammed. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it's not. I'm not trying to really take an angle of an opinion. I'm trying to be fair and unbiased for both sides as an American and also from the foreign perspective. Overall, I still think America is the greatest land on earth. Countless times I've thought that and realized that, especially when I think about how the America leads the world. Oh, cool. Skeleton dot Alton. He enjoys the walking tours. The technologies, I mean, if you look at the fingerprint of America on the world, as you know, aviation comes from the Wright brothers out of North Carolina, the automobile, Henry Ford. The internet is really a brainchild primarily of the, you know, uh, innovation, smartphone, Apple, right? The computer, Microsoft, Apple. Uh, so the fabric of the world, a lot of the world's very obvious where that came from. We